Did you feel the pressure every day working in Michelin-star?
If you work in a Michelin-star restaurant, you know that there is always pressure. You have to keep an eye on each and everything.
What advice would you give to young chefs in the industry?
They need to work hard as much as they can, learn the basic, then only they can do the innovations.
What's the next big goal for you and for the team?
We have some projects in pipeline, but
Welcome back, Chef JKP soldiers. Another episode live at the iconic Time Out Market, Dubai. Today, we're stepping into the world of color, creativity, and pure culinary artistry with none other than celebrated chef Prashant Chipkar from Masti. We're talking about the restaurant that dares to be different, where Indian roots meets global flair. Expect unexpected flavor pairings, creative plating stories from behind the past that reveal just how Masti continues to stay ahead of the game. Now, if you're into bold thinking and bold flavors, you're in the right place. Time to rock and roll. So, everyone, thank you very, very much. So now we have a really incredible guest. So, this guy is a personal friend of mine. Has won incredible awards. He has one of the best restaurants in the UAE. Please give a huge, warm and round of applause to Chef Prashant from Masti.
yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah.
Hello, Chef.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. So, Prashant, also, just to let everybody know, we're friends.
Yeah.
We competed in competitions against each other before, cooking competitions, which was amazing, by the way. And now we're going to talk about all things Masti. But before we talk about the restaurant, what I want people to understand, people watching, people listening, can you tell me about your culinary journey? Where did it all start for you?
Yeah, so I started I actually study in India, in Mumbai. Then I started my career with Taj Groups of Hotel in Mumbai and then Delhi in Goa. Then I moved to Bangkok to work with one of the best restaurants in Asia. I worked there for like almost 3.5 years.
Which restaurant is that?
Is it Miss Gaggan restaurant?
So you worked at Gaggan?
Yeah, so I was the first chef de cuisine for Gaggan when he opened first time in Gaggan.
Hold on. Stop. Just for me to understand. So you were the first chef de cuisine, or in other terms, you were the first head chef
Of Gaggan.
for Gaggan.
Yes.
And this year also he got best restaurant
In Asia.
in Asia, 50 best.
Yeah.
How was it working for him those days?
Yeah, so, he's very creative guy. He's very amazing. He learned a lot of things from El Bulli. And then I got to learn from him so many things. And then I start developing my own, the skill with him.
So can you tell me how during the service when you worked at Gaggan, how many courses was it?
So that time it was like 5 different menus with 21 course, 17 courses and 12 courses. That 3 menus, and then we have one vegan and one is vegetarian. So it's 5 menus we used to work, and it's all 5 different menus.
Okay, so just for me, one more time for me to understand. During that time, there was 5 different menus.
Yes.
So 21 course.
21 course, 17, 12 courses. That is for the regular guest. And then there is One is vegan menu and the vegetarian menu. Completely different from the.
And how many chefs were in the team back then?
That time we used to be like 22 people in the kitchen. In the service, we used to have almost like 28 staff. In the kitchen, the beauty of to work with Gaggan is like we used to have different nationalities people in the kitchen used to work at the same time, and that's the reason that we can develop our skills. So we have like the Indian, we Japanese, then Chinese and French and Spanish people used to work in the kitchen.
So it's quite a diverse team. You had people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So then after Gaggan, after working with 3.5 years, is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
3.5 years, that's a long time
Right.
to work at that level.
Right.
So then where did you go after that?
I went to Switzerland to work in Geneva, in Mandarin Oriental. I used to run one Michelin-starred restaurant called Razoi. It was in Mandarin Oriental Hotel. So
In
worked
Genoa?
In Geneva, yeah.
And how was that, working at such a level there?
Yeah, it was a fantastic experience to work in a in a different continent after work in Asia, and that is a turning point of my career.
And how long did you work there for?
Almost 2.5 years.
So did you take the sort of different techniques from Gaggan and then put them into this restaurant, Razoi?
See, the Gaggan, the food style and cuisine, food style and skill is different than the work in Switzerland. It's completely different. So in Gaggan, we used to, use the technique like sous vide, then smoke, this kind of technique we used to. But in Switzerland, we used to work like straight away. We used to like the contemporary Indian cuisine, but more focusing on the flavors and the skill and the techniques.
And working in such an amazing European city,
Yeah.
did you feel the pressure every day working in that environment, Michelin star?
See, if you work in a Michelin-star restaurant, you know that there is always pressure. You have to be keep an eye on each and everything. There is perfection is important. We cannot neglect like small things. The quality consistency is most important. So it's totally there is a challenge, but of course I was enjoying my work as well in Switzerland when I'm working there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But then, before we talk about Masti and the menu, also from your childhood experiences, what were the types of food that you loved to eat as a child and with the family?
Yeah, as a childhood experience, I always love to eat the popsicle, the cotton candies after your school breaks and all.
So very sweet.
Yeah, sweets. And if you ask me about a family meal, I am coming from the part of Goa, so the seafood is always important in your meal. So always we have the spread of the seafood and fish in your daily meal.
So the seafood is always a daily part.
Yeah, so
Of the
we
meal.
get like fresh seafood every day, like as much as fresh seafood.
And when you're cooking at home, what were those techniques that you're using? Is it more deep fried? Is it more boiled? Is it steamed?
So the home cooking is very simple and flavor, like flavorful and spice. We are not eating like mostly like the fish curries, the fried some fried fish. There's nothing like the crazy things we are doing at home.
But it's all about flavor.
It's all about the flavors.
So then when it came to Masti,
Yeah.
and we all, the first location you had,
Yeah.
which was back then La Mer, it's
Right.
now called J1 Beach. When you first had that incredible menu, how difficult was it to design such a menu for a market such as what you have in Dubai now?
You mean talking about the old menu or the
About
current menu?
first of all, the old menu.
The first menu. So, see, the first menu is like my all the travel experience all over the world where I work, where I travel. That is my experience I put in the menu. So if you see our menu, you can find the ceviche, you can find wasabis, you can find the caviar, you can find the truffles. Everything is there in the menu.
So it's a big mix.
It's a mix, but still the flavors are like Indians. Like all the Indians flavors are there.
And can you tell me some of the favorite dishes that were on the old menu that you loved?
See, the favorite dish for me in the menu is still in the menu is the tuna bell tartar, which is like we are making one the mannitol ball, the sugarless the ball, and then we fill with the tuna, then avocado, some just chard dressing, and we have to just break it, and then the chard is coming out like a, and that's the dish still in a menu from the day one.
So, I mean, that sounds amazing and it's very popular there.
Yeah.
But then if we move on to the menu here in Time Out Market Dubai, how many dishes are on the menu at the moment?
Right now we have only 22 dishes.
22?
Yeah.
Still a lot of
No,
dishes.
no, it's including all the side dishes and all.
Okay.
Yeah. But main dishes, if you're going to see, is only 15 to 17 dishes are there.
So when you designed those, was it very difficult to take those dishes from a restaurant setting to then put that into the Time Out Market setting and translate it into a professional kitchen here? Was it very difficult to do that?
I don't think so. It will be difficult because that we design the menu in such a way. If the people, the taste something in a time out market, it should be easier for them to, make it their own or in the professional kitchen too. That is how we are trying to, put the menu. Sometimes, the people coming from the different continents, and if they try some dishes, but they cannot come, try again and again, come here and try the same dish. So the ingredients are easily available in the market that they can easily cook at home or in their kitchen, the professional kitchen too.
But then what about the techniques? Because, you're a professional chef, you've been a professional chef for a number of years. When it comes to cooking at a high level, and you said you've got previous Michelin-star experience, 50 best experience, to then put those flavors into a space like Time Out Market, it's difficult to train a team or fairly easy?
The team what I have with me from the 7 year, we have almost the same team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So for me, it's not difficult to teach them, and for them is not to not to understand and not to learn is not difficult for them too, because they know the style of my cooking, that they know the technique what I'm using. So it's very easy for me to teach them, and that is how we are developing the menu and keeping the quality and the standard.
But at the same time, you mentioned before that there is a new menu coming up.
Yeah.
And you've already got a new menu at Masti.
Yeah.
So how fresh do you have to keep all of the choices for the guests? Because you can't keep everything, the choices of menu all at the same time. You have to constantly change, right?
Right.
How often are you changing these menus?
So at the edition, we are changing the menu every after 6 to 8 months, and we are not going to change the full menu. We have like 40% menu. We have to keep it same because that is few of the dishes are the guest favorites that we cannot remove from the menu. That we have to keep it like that. But we can improvise the dish and we can reinvent the dish, same dish, and we can serve that. But always I'm looking for the new techniques, new ingredients, and introducing them to our menu.
And then I also want to understand how difficult is it for you to train the team? Because nowadays, a lot of the chefs, they're coming from college, they want to become head chef straight away. How difficult is it for you, or easy, to train the up-and-coming talent?
So for the upcoming chefs, they have to learn the basic. They have to be stick to some basic, learn the skills, and then they can do the innovations. They straight away cannot be expect to be a start doing the innovations and the creativity. First, they have to learn the skill, techniques, and then they can become a chef.
But also, Prashant, you've been in Dubai for a number of years.
Yeah.
You've seen how amazing Dubai has become in terms of dining. What are you most excited about being a chef in this city?
I'm always excited to, for the MENA's 50 Best, God Milio, Michelin Guide, of course the Time Out Awards, all the ITP awards specifically, and the chefs coming from the different continents, and they're opening the restaurants here, and from them we are learning so many things actually, and that's the best thing about the Dubai market, that they are welcoming the so many different chefs from the different part of the world.
No, but I mean, as Alex and Sparrow and Chef Tommy were saying, it's a very competitive space here, but everyone is doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And do you, as a chef yourself, do you go and research what other chefs are doing, different techniques, what's trending at the moment, maybe on TikTok, on Instagram, anything like that?
Yes, of course. Because after you complete your like a 10 or 12-hour shift, I obviously on my day off I am searching that, and which is important because if you wanted to like your skill have to be polished, you have to be searched for that things. Otherwise, you have to be stick to the basic only. You cannot be a grow, and that's most important to search for the techniques, looking what the chefs are doing is important.
But then I just, when I'm speaking to you, you got particularly excited when you mentioned about Mina's 50 Best, Michelin Guide, Go and Milo, and your restaurant is listed in all of these guides, which is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you think it's made a big impact in Dubai and in the UAE to have all of these guides here?
Yes, if you see the market like Dubai market like 4 5 years back, and now there is a huge difference after the coming of Michelin Guide into Dubai and the God Milio. There is a lot of difference like 4 years back and now. So
But how much of a big difference has it had on yourself, on the restaurant? Because as soon as your name is in the guide, did it make a huge business impact? Did more customers come to see you?
see, you cannot say there is a business impact. Yes, of course, there is a business impact, but at the same time, we are more responsible to, serve that same quality with the consistency. That's most important than the guest coming to. Obviously, the guest is coming to you because you are on that list, you are on that league, but our responsibility is more than that to keep that quality consistency.
So then if we're talking about quality and consistency, and we talk about Time Out Market,
Yeah.
how long have you been here now?
In Time Out Market?
Yes.
From the day one?
From day one. So you've been here for 4 years.
Yes.
And how many times have you changed that menu?
I think 8 9 times almost.
And every time that you change it,
Yeah.
is it exciting, or do you get customers coming back saying, why did you change the menu?
There is both things actually. People asking why you remove that dish from the menu, and I am also excited to put the new dishes in the menu. It's the same. It's very difficult to. Yeah.
But I think it's amazing. No, it must be quite good to do some development
Yeah.
of different dishes, of different techniques, especially in a setting like this.
Yeah.
When it comes to the plating of the dishes here in Time Out Market, it has to be fast, it has to be hot,
Yes.
and you have to do it at a very quick pace, but also has to be delicious.
Right.
How do you train the team, and how do you test all of these items to be delivered quickly?
Yeah. So here the platings we are keeping very simple because we need to serve the dish within 8 to 10 minutes. So we just keep like a 1 or 2 steps of the plating. We are not doing like the crazy platings over here. Very simple plating, but we stick to the taste. The taste have to be the perfect, and the quality also be also No, the maintain every time.
But then, how do you then, because you've got thousands of people coming every week, thousands of
Yeah.
people coming,
Right.
and everybody's palate is very different, right?
Right.
Everybody's.
Yes.
So how do you then, as the chef of Masti, how do you then decide that this dish, whether it's a new dish or an old dish, how do you decide it's completely perfect for the guest?
It's very difficult question actually. See, the Masti menu is always like, if you see, it's like we call it global cuisine inspired by India. So we are taking like the global ingredients and trying to cook in an Indian way. So always the flavors are familiar to the guests who are coming here, but in an Indian way. So that's the way we are trying to, keep the menu. Uh,
No, but it's nice. I think it's a very good thing. I like it. It's global flavors,
Yeah.
but with Indian style and
Indians,
Indian
yeah.
techniques. So then everybody knows what they're going to eat,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some quick questions.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, with a rapid fire, would you rather have Goan fish curry or Bangkok street noodles?
Always go on fish.
Saffron or truffle?
If I'm working in Dubai, obviously truffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
From working in Dubai. Now, what's more important for you? Is it plating or flavor?
Both. Both.
Both just as
Yeah.
important.
Both is important for me.
So then, for you, do you like to do solo travel or travel with chefs or family?
Travel with chefs.
Can you tell me the one spice that you cannot live without?
There's actually 2, 3 spice.
Okay,
that
tell
I-
me. I want to know.
Orange, coriander, and pepper.
Okay. So orange, coriander, and then what type of pepper?
Black pepper or fresh green pepper.
Fresh green pepper is my favorite, by the way. I love it. Now, can you tell me the one dish, if I was fresh, never been to Dubai before, never been to Time Out Market, what is the dish that I have to try?
In Masti,
Yes.
you're talking? So if see that our burrata butter chicken is like everyone knows that, and if you taste that, you will love it.
So the burrata butter chicken. Wow.
Yes.
Sounds delicious, but I know that everybody loves that.
Yeah.
Now, what's next for Masti? What's the next big goal for you and for the team?
So there is already we have some projects in pipeline that we are already planned and we are talking, but we right now I cannot say that, but in maybe next 2, 3 months it come to know that what's the next Masti and where next Masti is going to be open.
And then when you're off, on your days off, where do you like to go and eat? Are you more
My-
kind of street foods, or do you like to do more kind of restaurants or visit some chefs?
On my day off, I'm always going to the street food and the locals restaurant, like especially the Emirati restaurants. I love it.
But so tell me the names of those restaurants.
Uh, there is a lot like El Beiroti, Al Beirut. They are my famous. And nowadays I'm trying the 3 by Rivas. Also,
Okay,
I
so
love it.
more kind of Middle Eastern.
Yeah, the Middle Eastern flavors.
Because you've been here for some time, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to try all of those things. And then, Prashant, for you, what advice would you give to young chefs in the industry? Because there's a lot of people wanting to cook professionally,
Yeah.
but it's a tricky and it's a difficult job and very challenging.
Yeah.
What's the advice you would give them?
So they need to work hard as much as they can, uh, learn the basic, perfect their skills, and then only they can do the innovations and with the creativity. First, they have to be learn the basics and the skills.
And then look, one of the final questions for me is whether they're in Timeout Market Dubai or they're going to your restaurant Masti. How do you want your guests to feel after they've eaten in your restaurant?
The feel,
How do you want to make them feel?
um, you know, it's a very difficult question actually.
Because do you want them to feel happy, full, to remember the meal?
So, of course, the guests have to be happy. The guests, whenever they come to the restaurant, they're coming with the expectation. And it's our responsibility to complete their expectation and make them happy with the cuisine and the service. And Masti is always famous for that.
Absolutely. Ladies and gents, can you please give a huge round of applause to this incredible chef, Chef Prashant from Masti. Please go and try them out. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Gang, I don't know about you, but Prashant is an absolute legend. Loves flavor, he's a visionary and a true gentleman. So, the next time you're craving something that breaks all the rules and still hits the mark, you know where to go. A massive thank you to Chef Prashant. So, don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe to the show and leave a little review on your favorite podcast platform. And hey, don't forget, give Masti and Timeout Market a little visit. You won't regret it. Until next time, food is memories.